Hey there, welcome to today's video. I'm Megan, creativity junkie, spiritual journeyist, and Notion Certified Enthusiast, and I want to help you make sense of what you know and do. That's why this channel is a space where we figure out how to apply various tools and techniques so that we can take meaningful action to connect with who we want to be. I most often use Notion as my tool of choice, but I'll also offer suggestions for how you can implement these ideas in other ways, using other tools. If that sounds good to you, come on in. Today, we're talking about relationships. Specifically, we're taking a look at the people and the connections in our lives, taking some time to consider and assess our personal networks using the Relationship Index. I'll be using Notion for this, but you can also set up a spreadsheet if that's what works for you. Who we spend our time with matters as much as what we do and how we do it. While we may inherit or otherwise have little say in some of our relationships, there are many we choose to engage all on our own. It's our significant relationships that truly help us grow and become the people we really want to be. And on the flip side, sometimes we have relationships where we really need to set stronger boundaries or let go of them completely because they're causing more pain than good. Sometimes we engage relationships with a greater sense of obligation than delight, but we might also find opportunities to learn and grow from serving those obligations with a renewed sense of commitment. And I recognize that there may be some people who require significant and firm boundaries when interacting with them, whether for yours or others' safety. This exercise is not intended to relax those boundaries. Your safety is paramount. The Relationship Index is also not meant to make any of your relationships feel like a burden, but rather can serve as an opportunity to reaffirm the presence of certain people in your life and honestly evaluate your relationships with them. Taking the time to reflect in this way can be an invitation to take seriously the commitments that we have made to others as investments in their future and ultimately our own. If nothing else, let this Relationship Index be a chance to express gratitude for your relationships or rekindle a fresh approach to them. CEDAR is an organizing principle I've developed that helps us collect what resonates, explore its significance, discern what matters, act with purpose, and reflect on what we've learned. We can use CEDAR to define the function of our digital tools, make an important decision, organize a research project, or figure out where we are in a process or a situation. Whether we make a new commitment, pursue a goal, or just review our day, we always need to collect, explore, discern, act, and reflect. That's why I think the Relationship Index is a great technique to use in the reflect stage of CEDAR. So this isn't necessarily an exercise that you do all the time, but it could be a good addition to your quarterly or annual reflection prompts. So just take a few minutes to list all of the significant and regular relationships you engage in your life. If you have a deep and abiding connection to your local barista, put them down, but there's no need to get too granular here. For now, just note the type of relationship, and in the tags, feel free to adapt those tags to your life and your needs and relationships. First, we want to rank the relationships based on 4 dimensions that you give, that you invest. We want to look at enjoyment, how much you look forward to being around that person. We want to look at responsibility, the obligation, commitment, or duty you have to be in that person's life. We also want to look at the importance. How much do you want to be in relationship with that person? And finally, we want to take a look at the energy that you put in, the amount of effort that you put in to maintaining a relationship with this person. So be sure you consider things like your physical, your mental, and the emotional effort that you invest. Next, we also want to look at 4 dimensions that you receive. So you want to look at the commitment received. Does the other person invest in the relationship along with you? We want to look at the safety you receive. Does the other person offer you the space to be honest and vulnerable with them? We want to take a look at feedback received. Does the other person give you feedback that shows that they are truly listening to you in your life? And then finally, we also want to take a look at the energy that you receive back. Does the other person give you an equivalent amount of effort in maintaining the relationship? We want to rank these on a 1 to 5 scale, with 1 equaling the highest level and 5 equaling not at all. If you're using the Notion template from the link in the description box, you'll notice a formula property that returns a suggested action. These are not meant to be hard and fast actions, but rather prompts for reflection. So, depending on how you rank the relationship, you'll notice that there are different types of connections that you can make with that person. So, if it's a keep, this is a deep and abiding relationship that's not going anywhere. If it's prioritize, this is a relationship that you regularly invest in and you want to make sure that you're active about it. If it's a connect, this is a good relationship that might have gone a little quiet and just needs some TLC. If it's appreciate, these are the relationships that are friendly but don't necessarily make it past the foyer of your life. Maybe neighbors or coworkers or community figures. If it's welcome, this might be a potential relationship that could grow, but rather than reaching out, you'll welcome any communication you get from them. If it's wait, this could be a relationship that's been in the background for a while, and it could be revived, but it's really all about their timing, not yours. And if it's receive, these are the relationships that you can't quite shake, but you are just not going to invest in. Perhaps the suggested action helps you realize that a relationship that seemed distant is actually more important, and you want to invest in it more. Perhaps you realize that some relationships need stronger boundaries, whether for your mental or physical help. Maybe you'll consider how to structure your calendar time so that you can encourage those connections that arise from resonant conversations and intentional relationships. Whatever the case, take the suggested actions as opportunities to honestly examine your relationships and decide how to proceed. Because that choice is one meaningful action that you can take right now that helps you connect with who you want to be. I hope this was helpful for you. If you use the idea or template, drop a comment down below and let me know how it works for you. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, please like and subscribe. If you'd like to learn more about Cedar, click the link in the description below to grab the free guide with a short email course. And if you'd like to explore the process and experience of uncovering our true selves, tapping into our imaginations, and doing what matters most, subscribe to my twice monthly newsletter. Until next time, shalom!